Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. It always is. I hope you're doing well. Time for them semi-finals today. It is most definitely game on over in Germany and the Netherlands. We've got 4 of the best that we need to go through today, and we'll be sure to go through each and every one of them as always. See if there's anything we like as we go. Get your predictions, best bets in the comments. Share with the group. Don't be shy. As always, if there's anything I'm going for personally, that will also be in the pinned comment. Be sure you're checking that out each and every day. Before we get started, like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not already. I'd appreciate that. We continue to grow each and every day. I'm sure we'll be at that 2k mark before we know it. I'm quite certain of that. But very well then, let me know, how did we get on in the quarterfinals? I'll go first. Happy days. Humbert, Alexander Zverev, moneyline double 1.9. Sweet as a nut. I will certainly take that. Puts me at a nice little 6-2 for the start of the grass season. Happy days, folks. Let me know, how did you get on? Did you win? Did you lose? Did you come close? And now that's out the way, we'll get cracking with these. Let's get it on. Over in Germany, first off, we've got Felix and Taylor Fritz. I'll be leaning with Taylor Fritz on this one, straight off the bat. Don't need me to tell you, this will probably come down to the finest of margins, as it has done pretty much, well, every time they've played. Faced each other 3 times before. Fritz beat him twice back in 2022, 2-1. 3 tiebreakers within those first 2 games. More importantly, and most recently, Felix got it done in the United Cup, start of the year. 2-1 in that one, 2, 6-4, 7-5, 6-3. Who's it going to be in this one, man? I mean, look, at first glance, you'd look at it and just say over 2.5. That probably looks like the safe bet. Either 1 for a set, parlay piece, Taylor Fritz for a set. Seems perfect for me. That's most definitely 1 of 2 if you're going for a double today. They've both looked good. We've discussed it multiple times. They never had the best clay season. Both of them will be rather glad to see the back of that, no doubt. Transitioning onto the clay, there was a couple of question marks surrounding both of them, but neither one's dropped the set. Neither one has dropped the set. And not only that, Taylor Fritz is yet to drop his serve. You know, just a little extra in there. He's been solid, man. He's been solid. Look, I mean, Quentin Hallis, Martin Fuskovic, I'd expect Taylor Fritz to beat these anyway. Same goes with Felix. Gio, that could have been a slight banana peel on the track for him, but like we said, he played like shit in that first game. He was very lucky to come out of that victorious. Not really surprised Felix managed to get it done there. And then coming up against Justin Engel. I said it, didn't I? Like, Justin Engel's good, man. He's a lot better than what I thought he'd be. He kept it close once again. Just not enough for Felix on the day, and there's certainly no shame in that. He's only young. Semi-finals, Felix v Fritz. I'd probably always go with Taylor Fritz in this spot, you know. Maybe just a slight lean. I don't know. He is better, isn't he? Like, I think we can all agree on that. If the Taylor Fritz that I know can turns up today in the semi-finals, if anything, the bare minimum, he should just edge this one out in the 3 sets if it needs to go that far. I just think Fritz is better. I do. I think he's more solid, a bit more consistent. We know what we're going to get out of him, as opposed to Felix on the day. It's not a bad price for him, considering how good he's been playing. But I think it may not happen. Look, it's impossible to predict the future. You can only try your best, but I'm expecting a few more mistakes out of Felix on the day when the stakes are high, as they are in spots like this. That's just going off what I know. That's not saying he's going to turn up and do that today. He might look solid. Who knows? He might just turn up and just blast Taylor Fritz off the court. I'd be very surprised if he'd done that. I couldn't talk you off taking Taylor Fritz as just a straight winner today. I agree with it. He should be favoured to get to the final. He is a better player than Felix. Most definitely more trustworthy in this spot too. Take him to win. Take him for a set. Maybe take the over. Maybe take the over on the set. I don't know. Just approach it with a little bit of caution. I think it should be Taylor's to lose. We'll see how he gets on anyway. We'll waste no more time with that. and we'll wrap it up in Germany with probably, I'd say, the most exciting one, or the most interesting one of the day. I think the majority of you will be looking forward to this. And going off yesterday's comment section, I've got a feeling who the majority of you might just be going for in this too. Let me see if I can guess. We've got Zverev and Ben Shelton. You're going to take Ben Shelton, aren't you? Fair play. You took him yesterday against Lehechka. I weren't too sure. I was not brave enough to have a go on that game. But as I said in the comments to all of you, I wish you the best of luck. Well done for cashing on that. You deserved that one. And I tell you what, if you take Shelton today and he cashes, you more than deserve that too. He's been really good. Solid against Pierre Hughes. Really solid against Yuri Lehechka today. Managed to get them breaks at the perfect times. How's he going to get on against Zverev? He's looked good too. Couple of question marks surrounding Zverev coming into this tournament. He looked alright against Mutet. I think he looked a lot more dialed in against Binak today. He was seeing that first serve perfectly. Really good on return too. That's going to be crucial against Ben Shelton, no doubt. Zverev does, I'm not going to say dominate the head-to-head because they've only played each other twice before, but he has won both of them. He beat him last year in the hard court over in the Cincinnati Masters, 2-1. Close game. There was a tiebreaker in that. I think there could be a tiebreaker in this too. But just as I say that, take this very lightly, what I'm about to say as well. Don't take this to heart and come and try and nail me on a fucking cross after it. But I can't help but feel like there's a couple of remnants. There's definitely remnants of last time out over in Germany too. In Munich, on the clay. Both of them were playing really good. Ben Shelton, more so. We were all really impressed with Ben Shelton. There was nothing to suggest he was going to turn up to the final against Zverev and get slapped up 6-2, 6-4. But he did. And I was quite surprised in that. Maybe he's just not quite at Zverev's level yet. Like I said, once again, don't come and fucking crucify me, but that's just how I feel about it sometimes. I can't help but feel like Zverev wins this too. Simple. Done it against Mutet, done it against Binak. Why would he not get to the final? He should most definitely be favoured to get to the final. Most definitely should be favoured to take the title. Will he do that? Shall remain to be seen. He has most definitely got his work cut out for him today in the form of Ben Shelton. Now, I do know Ben Shelton's game definitely translates better to the grass than what it does on the clay. So he should have a better chance at taking out Zverev today. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. He should definitely fancy himself to start putting a dent in this head-to-head. Is he there just yet? He's just outside the top 10, you know. Are we going to see a top 10 Ben Shelton very soon? I think we are. I think it's most definitely on the cards. It's only a matter of time. Has he got what it's going to take to get past Zverev in his home country once again? Different conditions could prove to be different results. I understand. But I can't help but feel like Zverev wins this one. Simple. It is what it is. You pay your money, you take your choice. I may have a go on this, I may not. I'd rather not. I'd rather just watch this one and just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean? But you let me know what you're going for on that, as always. And then we will move on over to the Netherlands. First off, we've got Gabe Diallo and Humbert. I'm really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. Been a bit of a strange approach for me with Humbert this week. I've been very sceptical, more than sceptical, as you very well know. I took him against Dan Evans. He had his moments where I thought, okay, there's a little bit of uncertainty. But if there was any doubt about Humbert after that match with Dan Evans, surely that was well and truly put to bed today. Against Nuno Borges, he fucked him up. He come out flying today against Nuno Borges. He just looked untouchable. He did. He looked absolutely untouchable against Nuno Borges today. That is the Humbert that I know. That's me guy that I always talk about. This is what I know he's capable of. But let's not sleep on Gabe Diallo. Let's not do that. It is not wise to sleep on this kid. We realise this. He looked good against Vukic. He nearly got beat by Jordan Thompson. He did have to save a match point against Jordan Thompson. Let's not forget that. But he come out the winner in the end. That's all that matters. And then he looked solid today against Karen Khachanov, straight sets. We had a feeling, we identified that as a threat in the last one. We did have a feeling that Diallo could spring an upset in that one. Tiebreaker in the first, 6-4 in the second. You know, for someone this big, he moves quite big on the grass. He moves quite big, he moves quite good on the grass for someone that tall. You know, you see it with some of the taller players, they move around like fucking claymation figures, don't they, on this surface, but not this guy. Very agile, he navigated the court well, very strong, solid fucking serve as well. I think Humbert's got all that as well. Humbert's got all that. How's Diallo going to deal with the lefty? Anyone got any lefty stats? I haven't got them in front of me right now. I'm sure someone will let me know about them in the comments. I just think Humbert's better. I do. I know Gabe Diallo's good, and I know he's very tough. I tell you all the time, don't I? He's hard to beat on his day. He was decent out in Rome. Was it Rome or Madrid? Madrid, pardon me. He was good in Madrid. And he's carried into this one as well. Made himself another semi-final. How is he going to get on against Hugo Humbert, man? I say another semi-final, sorry. He's won the quarter-final. I meant to say he's got himself into the semi-final. Just clear that up. How's he going to get on against Hugo Humbert, man? I say, if that Hugo Humbert turns up like he did against Nuno Borges, against Gabe Diallo, he wins that. I think he wins. He's just got more. He couldn't put a foot wrong today. Everything was just perfect. He was absolutely lethal on the return. Now, I do think Diallo is going to have a bit more venom in his serve as opposed to a Nuno Borges. But I just think if he can manage to wrap himself around that, I think Humbert will just do the rest. I really do. We've seen him play at a level like this a few times before. He's very, very hard to beat. This is what he plays like when it's usually indoor hardcore towards the end of the season. 1.5 on the decimal for Hugo Humbert. I might go back to the well. I've took him the past 2 days. I took him against Dan Evans and he cashed for me. I took him against Nuno Borges today and he cashed for me. Why fix it if it's not broken, right? Seems to be a winning formula for this week anyway. Now, you know, you might be sitting there going, you just want Humbert to win. That's true. You're right, like, you're not lying. I do want him to win. But I genuinely think he will. I think he will. I'm not 100% certain because I never am. Is he playing better statistically? I don't know. You'd have to check. I mean, from what I've seen, I think maybe there's probably not the best metric to go off, you know. I mean, Diallo has had to play an extra match, so maybe the statistics for this tournament don't really they paint that big of a picture as I probably thought. I'll be going with the Frenchman in this. I would. Very, very impressed with what I've seen today against Nuno Borges. I think if Humbert would have played Khachanov today, I feel like he would have fucking drilled him. Absolutely. So we'll see how he gets on with Gabe Diallo. Be very interesting nonetheless, but I think I can trust me boy in that. I'll probably go for Hugo Humbert today, one way or another, if I'm going for a parlay. But then we'll wrap this shit up with Opelka, Zizou Bergs. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's the Highlander time. There can only be one. Opelka against Medvedev, man. Oh, I'm so happy I didn't take Daniel Medvedev. I'm sorry if anyone's talking about that. Probably shouldn't fucking say stuff like that, but I was this close, you know. I was this fucking close to taking Medvedev today, man. And I said it, didn't I? Did I not say yesterday Opelka on the points? And then I kind of talked myself out of it, but he has been playing that good, even though he didn't get through qualifying, which, yeah, I am going to keep mentioning that. He got beat by Mark Liel in straight sets. Got past Jesper de Jong, he whooped Nicolas Jarry, and then he's just basically backed himself in tiebreakers today against Daniel Medvedev. There was a couple of double faults from Medvedev in that second set. Didn't do him any favours, if I'm being honest with you, but even still. Opelka's just too strong. What can you do against this guy? Against the service game of Opelka, what can you do? Not much, apparently. Not much. Zizou Bergs, he had a close one against blocks took the 3 sets against him. Probably the scruffiest match I've ever seen from both players against Popperin as well. It weren't just Bergs, but he managed to get that one done. And then he beat Mark Lial in straight sets today. 2 tiebreakers was that? Sorry, let me just check. Yeah, 2 tiebreakers it was. Zizou Bergs got that fight in him, money, and I can respect that. I respect the fuck out of that. This guy's got one hell of a fight in him, you know. He will not go out easily at all. How's he gonna get on against Riley Opelka, man? I don't know. I'm looking back to those return games against Alexei Popper, and he was all over the place against Popper, but he did look a lot more dialed in against Mark Lial. So I don't know. This is so rough. I mean, I knew he'd get past blocks. Weren't so convinced against Popper, and it could have went so bad for him today against Mark Lial, but he put all that to bed. 2 tiebreakers. He looked fantastic as well. He looked so good. That backhand was almost perfect. Almost couldn't make a mistake on that backhand for the most part today. Is he going to be able to beat Riley Opelka? I don't know. Hardly anyone, if anyone, has been able to put up with Riley Opelka so far this week. And he's like this. We know he can do this when he's playing well. It's his fitness that worries me. It's his fitness. And I always hate getting put in a position like this where someone's been playing so well, but you can't help but feel like they're playing on borrowed time the deeper they get into this tournament. Because I'd love to take Riley Opelka today, at least for a set. I was thinking about just rinsing and repeating it, going for Humbert and Opelka for a set once again, something like that, like I did a couple of days ago, but I don't know. I don't know how he's going to hold up in this one. I hope he can. There's nothing to suggest he's going to slow down. The type of game that he can impose, he doesn't really need to do a lot of moving anyway. You fancy him to just save this one out again? You fancy Zizou Bergs to just do the rest himself with the unforced errors? You pay your money and you take your choice. I'm asking you, you let me know what you're going for on that. But that is going to do us. That'll wrap us up. I've got one more night, as Phil Collins says. Cannot wait to finish that. Can't wait for these games tomorrow too. Appreciate you stopping by, folks, very well. It's always a pleasure. Like and subscribe, yeah. I'll be saying good night to you. You take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Take it easy and all that. Right then. Happy days. Get yourselves involved. Best bets, all that. If it's pinned, it's pinned. If it's not, it's not. Go and check the pinned comments out. Have a look what I'm going at. You can go for it yourself. You can go against it. You can do what the fuck you want. It's entirely up to you. But I'll see you tomorrow, yeah. See you for the finals. Best of luck to you. Let's go get that cash today. See you tomorrow.